Olay, every day. SPF, that's just my way. Getting sun, I'm going cray. Olay, oh slay.
It's impossible through words to describe what is necessary to those who do not know what horror means.
Monday, get my Vitsy. Tuesday, got lightweight energy. Whips go from cream to liquid. Saturday, Sunday, I'm addicted.
Horror. Horror has a face.
Oh, okay, bye. Love you. Well, hopefully that has set the tone for today's video. As Marlon Brando rightly says, horror has a face. But even Colonel Kurtz in Apocalypse Now could not have foreseen the horrors of Drew Barrymore interviewing Dylan Mulvaney.
Let me ask you about the negativity. How have you dealt with it? And what's an approach you take? What's your self-talk? What do you filter?
Yes. Nothing prepared me for the level of cringe that you are about to witness. And one question, has Drew Barrymore always been this unbelievably pretentious? I had no idea.
How do you...
I still read the comments, but there is so much hatred directed at the trans community right now. It's everywhere. And I think the greatest weapon that I can contribute is trans joy and comedy and talking about hard, subjects and really intricate moments of a transition and try to let everybody in to see that, I'm not a monster. I'm not somebody that, is trying to do anything but be myself and be happy.
Yeah, back off, bigots. Dylan Mulvaney is just trying to be true to herself.
Love ya.
Thank you, everybody, for that support.
Ugh. Thank you, everybody, for that support.
How do you stay on your own path? Where do you draw boundaries? Where do you find the strength?
Oh shit, she's gone figurative. Rein it back in, Drew. Say something that means something. How do you stay on your path? Where do you fucking draw the boundaries?
Where do you find the strength to keep being the joy?
Ah! Actually, you know what? I genuinely, I want to know. Not sure I know what that means. Where one finds the strength to keep being the joy. But I think I need to know. I need to know where Dylan Mulvaney gets the strength to keep being the joy when there is a world full of Drew Barrymores interviewing Dylan Mulvaney's and unironically saying things like, where do you find the strength to keep being the joy? How do you stay on your path? Where do you draw the boundaries?
Well, I think having my chosen family and the people that I love to take care of me, but I also think there's something just about making sure that you don't put something out there before you're ready and really just surrounding yourself with good people.
Now, there's a lot of people drawing attention to this language about chosen family and surrounding yourself with people that are not going to judge you and all that kind of thing. And there are two ways of interpreting it. There's people like Jeffrey Marsh who undoubtedly, I don't know what his motives are, he's undoubtedly a bit creepy, right? And telling young people to join his Patreon where they can talk about things more privately, that's definitely very creepy. What Dylan Mulvaney's saying there, again, I'm really not sure how serious Dylan Mulvaney is or not. I don't know, half of it seems like parody, then it's gone on for too long for it to be a joke. He sat down with Joe Biden. That was the moment to go, psych, got you, right? If he was gonna. But the thing is, if it's just coming from a place, you know, if there's nothing creepy, it's innocent. If Dylan Mulvaney's just saying you need to surround yourself with people, you know, with a chosen family, it's just, at best, it's the most narcissistic thing in the world, isn't it? If anyone judges you for being, let's face it, a bit odd, which Dylan Mulvaney undoubtedly is, move away from them. They're wrong. You know? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's the right advice. You know? If anyone judges you for being like Dylan Mulvaney, they're all wrong. You're right. I don't know.
It's interesting because I look at someone like you and I can't imagine anybody disliking you.
Oh, please. Do you want to know, ironically, who dislikes me the most sometimes?
Who?
Well, I'm not sure it's ironic in any way, but me. Do you know what's really ironic? Drew Barrymore, I really don't like you. You're a fucking idiot.
Myself.
Oh, me too.
That's not ironic. That's not how irony works. It's not ironic if you dislike yourself.
Oh. But I guess, you know, you've asked me now, like...
It's stunning and brave.
You've asked me, like, what I would do to combat the hate, right?
Yeah.
But what do you do?
Okay, that's a great question.
What do I do to combat hate? Thank you for asking. That is a great question.
Now, I started...
You've been doing it a little longer than I have.
Well, you know, it's funny because when I was a kid, you starting with E.T., it was the first time I was introduced to film reviews.
Film reviews. Why the air quotations? Is there some doubt as to whether film reviews really exist or something?
Which are basically social media.
Yes.
But
No. Film review of E.T. from 40 years ago, published in a magazine or a newspaper, was definitely not social media. We call social media to distinguish between the old forms of correspondence we had in the printing press and the new ones that are on the internet today. We're all adults here, we understand what a film review is and how it can impact a young actor. I don't know, it's not the same as social media, alright? We all understand, right? We're not a year 7 history class. You know, you're trying to explain Native American smoke signals to us. They would use smoke signals. They'd puff smoke into the sky to warn of the incursion of a hostile tribe, or to arrange meetings between hunting parties of the same tribe. Oh crap, you're losing them. They're not listening anymore. Which is basically what's up.
But I felt like all these reviews, and could be a Charlie's Angels, it could be an E.T., it could be The Wedding Singer.
It could have been a review of any one of my extremely successful blockbuster movies that I used to make. Do you remember when I made movies? I was huge, okay? And it wasn't that long ago. It was like Drew Barrymore this, Drew Barrymore that. Oh my God, what's Drew Barrymore doing now?
Everything in between. If you read reviews, just like on social media, you are pretty much guaranteed a 50-50. Some like it, some don't. So you've got to be willing to bear down and brace for it.
Well, if there are two people in the world that know anything about bearing down and bracing for it, it's Drew Barrymore and Dylan Mulvaney.
And I think
picking your battles too.
Yes.
And sometimes I think the greatest response can just be in the next joyous video or in the next win that you have, because that just goes to show that, like, you are continuing on, and whatever that those people are projecting onto you, it isn't actually penetrating.
You're better than that.
I couldn't agree more, because another thing that you're making me realize is to not carry on in spite of others.
I'm sorry, I just realized that I'm sitting on the floor with Drew.
I'm so happy to be doing this. Thank you for joining me on the floor. The floor always feels safer.
It feels nice.
You know what, they're right. The floor does feel safer. I don't feel I can stand up for much longer. Closing comments. I like the way Dylan just interrupted Barry in her... Barry? She's not called Barry, is she? Drew Barrymore. In her flow of thought there, as she was saying something about carrying on in spite of others, and he's just like, oh my God, I'm sitting on the floor with you. That was funny, that bit, wasn't it? Yeah. Like, share, subscribe. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.